Hello, my name is Miwa, and today I'll be talking about smooth muscle tissue. Before actually getting into the topic, let me explain how the highlights in my slides work. Red highlights are for the terminologies that you must know for the exam, and orange is for the terms recommended to know for A's in the exam, though not essential. Now let's get into the basics. Smooth muscle is one of the three types of muscles, along with skeletal muscle and cardiac muscle. Features of smooth muscles. First, they are uninucleate, meaning each cell has a single nucleus, which is oval and centrally located. The cells themselves are fusiform and they are non-striated. There are no T-tubules in smooth muscle, but it does have caveolae, which has calcium channels and serve a similar function. Smooth muscle is controlled by the autonomic nervous system, making it involuntary. The surrounding connective tissue is called endomysium, and unlike skeletal muscle, smooth muscle doesn't have perimysium or epimysium. Smooth muscle have a high capacity for regeneration because they can perform mitosis, so there's no need for satellite cells like in skeletal muscle. Embryologically, they are derived from mesenchyme. Let's take a closer look at the structure of smooth muscle cells. As I mentioned earlier, we have caveolae acting like T-tubules. The cells contain actin and myosin, similar to other muscle types, but in smooth muscle, the thin filaments insert into structures called dense bodies. Dense bodies contain alpha-actinin, which functions similarly to the Z lines in a sarcomere. Along with the thin filaments, intermediate filaments also attach to the dense bodies, helping to maintain the shape of the cell. Do you remember the name of the intermediate filament found in muscles? It's desmin. Lastly, smooth muscle cells communicate with each other through gap junctions. Where is smooth muscle found? Smooth muscle can be classified into two types, multi-unit and unitary. Multi-unit smooth muscles, where each cell functions independently, are found in the iris, bronchioles, tunica media, arrector pili muscles, and ciliary muscles. Unitary smooth muscles, which are connected by gap junctions, are found in the walls of the gastrointestinal tracts and urogenital tracts. You'll be learning more about the detailed differences between these two types in your physiology classes. Contraction mechanism of smooth muscle. Due to the presence of dense bodies, smooth muscle takes on a kind of wrung-out appearance after contraction. Process of smooth muscle contraction. You don't need to memorize the exact steps right now. You'll cover this during the physiology, but let me just quickly summarize the key steps. First, calcium ions either flow into the cell or come from the sarcoplasmic reticulum and bind to columodulin, forming the calcium-columodulin complex. This complex activates myosin light chain kinase, or MLCK, which then phosphorylates the myosin light chain, allowing contraction to proceed. And one important thing to note is that in smooth muscle, only tropomyosin is wrapped around actin, and troponin is absent. And that wraps up the key points of smooth muscle tissue. I hope you found this interesting.